See, my StreamYard is being really weird. It's not letting me go live yet. It
says live in the corner.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's still. Oh, there we go. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Hey, Sherelle.
Hi, John. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Fabuloso.
Hunky dory. Peachy keen.
Yeah. Been having lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. So today I got some crazy stuff sent to me overnight. So we're going to be talking about Jesse and the fact that he could be possibly filming with Tim's girl Jennifer,
ex-girl, right?
Yeah, from Colombia. Who he's there right now. Also, we're going to be talking about Mike and Nathalie. Mike was spotted with a new girl, also blonde.
Wow.
A couple of days ago. So that's going to be talked about. And then we're also going to be talking about Big Daddy Chuck Potthast sliding into Emily Lorena's DMs last night at like 1:30 in the morning. So lots of fun stuff. So I'm going to start the clock down. I'm going to let people join, and then we'll get to it. And then I have to find the clock. There we go. So let's get to it. Full disclosure, my StreamYard is being like a little wonky right now, so I might phase out at one point. So just throwing that out there. So if I freeze, I'll be back. And everyone's used to that anyway. So let's get to it. So Jesse, I really haven't been following him much lately, but Jesse, this was on Jesse's stories from today. I think he posted it last night. So let's play that clip real quick.
We made it to Bucaramanga, guys. Super excited to be here. The temperature is a lot better. The weather is really good. What's up, guys? Just want to let you know that I will be posting less stories. Just checked in his beautiful hotel room because I'm filming here. I can't tell you for what or what we're doing, but I just want to let you know if you don't see a lot of stories right now, just know I'm all good. I'll keep you guys updated now and then. I'll do some stories when I can, but just know it's going to be limited. My in-feed posts are still going to be up. Just want to let you know I love you all. Let's elevate together, and we shall be seen.
He's such a charmer.
Well, John, is it me, or did he not have a shirt on?
No, but it's Jesse.
What in the world?
Jesse always has to put up a show. I have to say, he does look good. It looks
he does. He's gotten better looking, but his
face is like all like smooth, and he does look good. I'll give him that. So if you guys watch the preview to Darcy and Stacy's the trailer for this season, you'll see Jesse on there. He's talking to Georgie. So, Jesse, go ahead.
I didn't see the trailer. What did he possibly say to Georgie?
Well, it's like, it's like a 1 minute clip, and all of a sudden, there's Darcy's fighting with Georgie, and then the next like little part of the clip, you see like Georgie talking to Jesse like on like a FaceTime or like a Zoom or some type of thing.
God, this might be good.
It's clear that Jesse is still on TLC's radar. They keep him around. And it's funny to me. Good for Jesse, I guess, for still finding a way to be on this show. I mean.
No, but John, listen, this might be good. Think about it. This is Jesse. He knows how to,
Yeah, no, like,
listen to TV.
I'm actually looking forward to Darcy and Stacey's show. So it'll be good. So, going back to that video, he's saying that, okay, I'm going to totally mispronounce the name of this town. But hold on, let me see if I can get it the right way. Okay, so it's Bucaramanga. So he's right now he's in Bucaramanga, and I'm sorry if I said it the wrong way to all the Bucaramangians out there. How you doing, Bucara?
Where is that, John?
That's in Colombia, and that's where he is right now. Now, for like the last few weeks, him and Jennifer. Now, Jennifer was Tim's girlfriend when she was on 90 Day Fiance before, when that's Tim's season. And let me bring up some of the comments that were going back and forth, which you guys will probably not be able to read, but I'm gonna put them up anyways. Okay, so I'll read them. So basically, it's like, there's one where Jennifer Terranosa, that's Jennifer, she goes, "You heart," and Jennifer Terranosa, then Jesse replies like a little winky face.
This is
Then there's, and that was 2 days ago off his last post. And then we have, on Jennifer's post, Jennifer posted something 7 weeks ago. And then Jesse Meester replies, "Hasta pronto, hermosa," which I think means like right now, sister, with a kissy face. Some replies to Jesse, "You and her thing, you two together would be real." And Jennifer replies to Jesse with like a little flame emoji. And then the next one is, I think that's the same one. Wait, hold on. Oh, maybe it's just the two then. So anyways, they've been chatting it up in comments. I mean, does that mean that he's there with her? No.
It means he needs to get together with her. Do you remember? She's feisty. Do you remember when she threw water or something in Tim's?
Oh yeah, no, she was fun.
These two need to date. They need to date. And
one of the comments, they write back and forth to each other like, "I hope to see you soon," and that was a couple of weeks back, and now here he is in Bucaramanga. That's where she lives, and he's saying he's filming, and he can't say for what. And that could just be a trick. It could be like he could be filming like a fitness video or working in old age home like he likes to do. Jesse, he casts that wet. He casts his net wide. He casts a wide net, and he does a lot of things. But it's just, suspect that.
Or I'm convinced. I'm convinced it's real.
Maybe he wants us to believe that. I don't know. But
I'm convinced.
She definitely lives there, and he's there now at a hotel. He's not going to be able to post on his stories. So that's what's up with Jesse right now. And we'll see. Now, don't forget, now, when Caesar was on before, Caesar was like the nail tech who went to Mexico, and he was dating that girl Maria. I think Maria was from Ukraine. Yeah. And then they never met on camera. Everybody thought Maria was farce, but then lo and behold, like a month after the show ended, there you see Jesse and Maria together taking pictures on a motorcycle, like somewhere in Europe. I forget where they were, but they were in Europe somewhere, and they were taking pictures. And everyone's like, "Whoa, Maria actually exists."
I forgot about that. That's true. Yeah.
So Jesse does have like a flair for going after previous.
Yeah, he doesn't mind leftovers.
Sloppy seconds, Jesse.
But John, you have to admit, these two would make great television. She'll be going mad at something. He'll fly off the handle. It would be really good.
Yeah, I would let if he thought Darcy was rough, and she, she's a feisty Latina Miss Jennifer. So, if he was worried about Louboutins being thrown at him, I can only imagine when they get into a fight, what's going to happen.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
So that's about it for Jesse. He's in Bucaramanga. How you doing? Jennifer lives there. They've been chumming in text, so I guess we'll see how that plays out.
Good.
Now we're getting to something more fun. Okay. So last night somebody had told me that they had just run into Mike and Nathalie.
Mike. Okay, Mike and Nathalie. Okay.
Mike Youngquist. He just saw him like 2 or 3 days ago, hiking with this blonde woman up in Sequim, Sequoia. What's it called? Sahara.
Squirm.
Secaucus, Washington, wherever whatever the name of that town is. Mike was spotted, and this guy gave me receipts, which is good. So let me bring that up, which I'm most.
Gave you receipts?
literally receipts. Like it's a receipt. It's a receipt and a receipt at the same time. It's like literally like a receipt. So let me pull this up, which I'm sure nobody could read, but I'm gonna pull it up. I'll post these to IG right after we get done. But I kind of wanted to tell it here first. So here's that. Okay, and that's tiny. Nobody could read it. So let me read it out loud to everybody. Okay, so this reads. Now this is the guy that spotted Mike in Seneca, Washington. So Mikey Youngquist and the new girl. So this is the guy speaking. My two friends and I hike up to a spot in Washington for some fishing and camping. Unfortunately, we didn't catch much, but we did spot something else. On some boulders across from us near a waterfall was a lean, thin girl with long blonde hair. So Mike has a type. At first, we thought she was alone or with another older woman who we saw walking near the road. It's a short walk in. Nope. We made our way over to the other side to the fall to spot the blonde again with Mikey from 90 Day. Although none of us knew who this tall, goofy dude was at the time, the area is secluded, danger signs and warning of trespassing on the side they were on. So they're daredevils. To my surprise, the blonde smiled as we approached and said something about taking a more dangerous path makes the best adventures. He said hello too. We all shared a laugh about him having the best seat. They both would sit and dangle their legs off the cliffside, both nice and friendly, joking with us and each other. We moved on to the upper falls above them. So up in, Seneca, Washington, there's a waterfall with some cliffs and stuff like that. 2 days later, we see the same dude at a pizza place called Chair 9 in Glacier, Washington. Someone else mentioned he was on TV, showed us a photo, and broke it down for us. That's definitely not the same girl, meaning that he wasn't with Nathalie, on these trails. Where was I? He goes, laugh out loud, no biggie on the TV drama. None of us were that entertained by the plot. We didn't see her with him this time. She remained in his truck, meaning the new girl. If Mikey isn't dating her, let those digits fly out. Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. Basically anything that will let me connect with her. So obviously this guy was, picking up what this new girl was putting down. So then he then writes, he crumbled up and tossed his receipt on the way out. It is in his hand, confirming my story. Mikey Youngquist's name is clear as can be. Okay, so
this sounds like it's out of a book, like Huckleberry Finn or something.
All right, so Huckleberry Finn.
Well, I know they're in their feet, like in the waterfall, and la la la, and like sharing sandwiches, and like
they were hiking. They were on a trail. They spotted Mike. Whatever, and Mike's new girl. So, like you said in that statement there, Mike was at a pizza place and he had a receipt in his hand and he crumbled it up. So this guy,
so he lit her.
Well, I think he threw it in the garbage. But this guy was like, I need receipts. I didn't even know him. So he actually went into the trash.
Oh my God. Don't say it, John. And got the receipt. Oh my God.
And here's the receipt. So it's a receipt and a receipt. I mean, it's a double entendre. So here's the receipt. Boom. There's the receipt.
How much was the bill?
John,
how much was the
you
bill?
can't make this up. This is great.
It says his name on the receipt.
It does.
I see it. Oh my God.
So this was Glacier with Washington, Chair 9, named Mike Youngquist Jr. So him and his girl had a nice lunch, $54. That's not bad for a lunch,
that's a good lunch. That's a nice
couple
lunch.
of burgers, an appetizer, maybe 2 drinks. Nice lunch.
Nice.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming. It doesn't have the itemized bill, but for $54, that's what I would think you'd get.
Yeah.
That's it. So Mike threw out the receipt, and this guy, it was great, love him. Just
went in the trash
and got the receipt, and there it is. So I mean,
now if you had an escort, could you go hiking with the escort? I'm not saying you does. I'm just wanting to make sure that this is a real relation, like a real date. Could you?
Okay. I did ask him about I was asking questions. So let me see what I asked him. What did I say? Sorry, give me 1 second. So I said Mike. So Mike has another blonde. I guess he has a type. He's like, yeah, looks like it. I said, was she young? He said she looked like normal, because I don't know how old any of them. I go, Mike's 36. He said that she looked around the same age. And I said, like, did they look like they were like, romantic, or could that have just been a friend? And he said they look like a couple for sure.
Well, good for him. Listen, what is her name? Natalie outed herself a couple weeks ago. She's going to be on the Single Life. They were a terrible couple together. That's no shade. Mom didn't like Natalie, so maybe Mom will like the new girl.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously Natalie's moved on. I don't know who to feel more sorry for in this relationship. At first, I felt sorry for Mike. Then after watching last week's episode, I kind of felt bad for Nathalie.
Yeah.
I'm like this with the scales. Like, they're always tipping, like, in some other way. I just feel bad for both of them. They were really never a good fit.
They weren't.
Tanya, thank you, Tana, for that. Yeah, so it looks like they're both moving on. I'm sure Mike's mom is happy.
I hope
Uncle Bo.
I hope she's a strong girl, so that way she can help carry firewood.
Yeah, like, I hope that she can carry firewood.
Wait, did you say Uncle Bo should be happy?
I hope, Uncle Bo didn't. Uncle Bo spoke very negatively.
Yes.
About Miss Nathalie, so he should be happy.
She kicked him out of his house, or out of his
did.
Barn.
She did. I mean, she did.
She made up for it later, but
she gave him the boot.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's Trish. Maybe Trish is going to be happy with her bad hair.
Who's Trish?
The one with the bad hair who wanted to object. They all have bad hair, and like
Trish is the neighbor down.
Whatever.
She's a friend.
Yeah, she's the neighbor down the way. That the mom wanted Trish to stand up in her place to object for the mother.
Hey Heidi, no more Nathalie, please. I'm afraid we're not going to be doing with her.
That's not going to happen.
We already slipped that she was filming for the Single Life. Tamara. Who's Trish then?
Tamara.
I don't know.
Wait, now I'm confused.
You talk about Trish.
Oh, Trish is the mom. Okay. Thank you guys. Sorry.
Now, I don't mean to throw shade, but did anyone think that when Trish had the hat on, maybe she shouldn't wear hats? Didn't she look kind of?
I mean, she really dedicated herself to that hat, though. It was like a little. It was like a little wigwam. Like, I liked how it was like low and.
It was the worst hat I ever seen. That's no shade to Trish. That's advice. Maybe you need to go with it.
That was her wigwam hat. That's the right wigwam. That was it. And she dedicated to it. Like, I was waiting for like smoke to be coming out like the top of it, like just like something.
People were going off in the chat. They said the bangs. Something in the way she was wearing the hat, it just didn't work for me. I don't even like Trish. That's not to be mean. I think she was really, really hard on Nathalie for no reason. I felt bad for Nathalie.
See, like, I don't know where to go with this because I told you, like, I flip flop. Like, I see Nathalie being like
a jerk.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see it kind of being abused by.
She really was.
The mom.
That's because I think Mike, and this is no shade, is passive aggressive. He's really a mean person, but he says it so calmly that you think, oh, okay, but to tell someone hours before your wedding, no go, who does that?
Well, it's clear. I mean, she told, was it Tamara, whatever, that, object. So it's clear that she hates Nathalie, which, it's her right.
That's why she made her collect firewood.
I mean, but she put her to hard labor, and he is passive aggressive.
She said, "Go wrangle up the donkey, connect it to like the."
I'm surprised, like, she didn't have like Nathalie like on a mule, like on a mule.
yeah,
just like dragging, like just doing something like with a mule and like hay, like and like I don't know, like I don't. Who has it worse? Was it Nathalie working for Trish that one day, or like Julia on Brandon's farm? It kind of gave me that same
Nathalie, because the mom would sabotage her. I mean, come on, what did you call it, John? Shushing? What did they do to the wood? Shushing wood.
What did they say? Not splitting. What did they say?
Yeah, some down home term.
I know, and I can't remember what I said.
mean.
Damn
Yeah.
it was funny too. I hate
Shucking. Is that it?
shucking. Yeah, shucking. That was it. Thank you.
Shucking
I
wood.
said shucking wood. All right, Heidi. All I can say about watching the days, thank God for YouTube, so I can continue to fast forward through those after the show.
Yeah.
Shucking wood. Yeah, that was it. Thank you guys. You guys are great. How much?
I mean,
wood
that was
could-
just mean. Like,
How
who
much wood
shucks
could
wood?
a Natalie chuck if a Natalie could chuck wood? So
Yeah.
it looks like they're both moving on. So good
Yeah,
for them.
good, yeah.
I'm sure.
But do you ever see Mike on The Single Life? I don't think he'll do television again. Do you?
I don't think that he's
The type.
just like strong enough to be on his own. I don't think he could carry a storyline.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was passive aggressive and boring all at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think that they could watch. I don't think I don't want to watch them, either of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
After watching them on 90 Day, and then before, like I was like, why do they keep investing in this couple? Like I'd rather watch Jesse, to be
I
honest.
really would. Did you ever think the day would come when you would say that? We'd rather watch Jesse.
I would rather watch Jesse just gallivant and be topless, and that's what I would rather watch than having to put myself through this torture of watching Mike and Natalie. But we're gonna see more Natalie. I don't know about Mike. Maybe they weren't being filmed, so that's
I
that.
don't know what it is. I think a show's really, really good. Like when Darcy cries. I don't know. I know it's mean, but she's really giving us drama. But when Natalie cries, she just seemed like she was whining and driving me crazy. I don't know. I go back and forth with Natalie too.
There's just something about her that like rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. She just is never happy.
Never.
I don't think I've ever seen her smile.
Never.
She's always complaining. I don't know. And Mike is also never happy. So, I mean, maybe misery loves company and they make a good couple that way, but obviously that didn't work because we all know how, here we are. So I want to get to the last thing because I find this the most hilarious thing in the world. I actually posted this last night to mixed reviews. So I kind of took it down and I figured the best way to talk about this would be just to do it on a live. I'm going to repost it. So Daddy Chuck Potthast.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah.
At 1:30 in the morning last night, slides into Emily Lorena's DMs. So I'll put there wasn't much to it. Here we are. So that's Chuck. Now the screenshot says it's 10:30, but that's 10:30 Pacific time where Emily lives. It's 1:30 Florida time. So Chuck says to M, hey, how do we have 280 common friends on Facebook? And then M's like, I think it's because we were both on 90 Day. I'm married to the guy from Russia. Now, mixed reviews, here's why. People were like, oh, that's,
That's sliding in the DMs. That's like,
Emily was the one who was married to Sasha. She was on season 7 of 90 Day.
Sasha was the bodybuilder, right?
Yeah, the guy with Robert and Annie that season. And here's why I think it's weird. So, me and Emily were talking last night, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're never going to believe what just happened." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You'll appreciate this." So she sends it to me, and she goes, "I go, that's odd."
Very odd.
I'm like, "Can I post it?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't care." But people were saying to his credit, well, he was, that was a fair question. He was just asking.
No, it wasn't. It's John. That was not
asking her. How come we have so many friends in common? And to me, I'm like, oh, that could be absolutely true.
At that time,
who knows what he does, and that it could have been fair. But to me, when you message somebody at 1:30 in the morning about followers in common in a DM, that feels like a leadoff question to me.
It really is. I mean, listen, there's a lot of ways to find out why you have so many friends in common. You can Google her name. You know what I mean?
And Chuck's like at a certain age, like, I think he's like in his 60s. And if he's not, he looks like he is. And people in their 60s generally don't peruse Facebook at 1:30 in the morning and start DMing people. Like, Emily could be his granddaughter. She's like,
they're usually
in her 20s.
Dinner at like 4. They're at like the
he probably had his Denny's
bed.
Grand Slam at 4:00, right?
You guys are so mean. No, he was definitely trying to pick up on her. John, do you respond to random strangers?
No, no. And okay, so it was 1:30 in the morning. She's like a third of his age. It's Emily's Facebook profile says she's married. She has pictures of her kids there. And Emily told me, what did she tell me? She goes, he only messaged me after he looked at her story on Facebook and she took a selfie, and that's when he went in at 1:30 in the morning.
Chuck, but is Chuck single?
I think so. I think he's single. But if I was looking at this, like, if he was just trying to be like, oh, we have all these friends in common. Like, how do we know each other? Like, wouldn't you do that like during like kind of regular hours?
Yeah. No, I don't talk to random strangers. I Google their name. I see who I go down their friends list to see if they, if this sparks some kind of memory. But here's the worst part, that not only, so I'm offended on a couple levels. The one in the morning, that's like, what is that at that time of day? Two, Chuck really thought he had a chance with Emily.
No, we're not saying that he thought, that he was trying to flirt. It could have been.
He was flirting.
It could have just been a fair, simple question, at 1:30 in the morning after he looked at her story and saw her selfie. Diana writes, I'm 64, I would never do that. I would have known we were on the same show. And like, come on. If you have all these friends in common, right? Like, it's not because you went to the same high school, right?
I'm sure
you're going to see who the friends you have in common, and you're going to see that it's all related to 90 Day, even if you didn't know who she was.
Yeah, like, no, Chuck. But I feel really bad. Now, we like Chuck, don't we, John? We like Chuck. We think he's a good guy. He does some crazy things that we have to report about. But Chuck is undateable. Okay, let's just be real. Like, he needs, first of all, stay in his own age group. Let's start with
another Ed. He must really want much more.
Did she call him another Ed?
Well, listen, if I had to pick between Chuck and Ed, I'd pick Chuck. At least he's got some money and property. At least he can put me up in one of his dilapidated houses. You know what I mean?
Did you guys just compare him to Ed? That's so funny.
Chuck could put me up in one of his dilapidated homes, and then maybe Andre can come over. And Andre can come over with a sledgehammer and just
John, did you
fuck up my refrigerator.
Tell them why this is so funny. You said dilapidated.
Dilapidated, yeah. Chuck buys those dilapidated homes that allegedly may or may not be his, according to certain court documents that I've read. He'll keep you up nice, He'll give you a good life. I would much rather be with.
Oh, John, we are
dilapidated Chuck than Big Ed,
Oh my God. Does the audience know why this is funny? Do you think they know about the whole?
Well, the thing about Chuck was that there were many stories about him, buying these dilapidated, foreclosed homes. And some of the people that I think Stark has, we kind of covered this on Sunday real quick, but some of the people who have moved into these dilapidated, foreclosed homes.
Just stop. I'm so sorry. I'm ruining your show.
It is what it is.
Oh, John, no one makes me laugh like you do. You are crazy.
So what if he's got a wandering eye? He'll put you up in like a nice fixer-upper. That's it. That's it. And then Andre can come over and just beat the shit out of your refrigerator for no reason. Okay. Just whack it. You ever see anybody try to demo a fridge before? I'm just curious if anyone's ever seen that. Oh, don't you just like unplug the fridge and like take it out? Like, well, why you got to demo the fridge? It's still going to be as big as it was before.
All I'm missing is Perry. John, you are hilarious. Oh,
I mean,
oh
like
my God. Chuck,
I mean,
we didn't mean that. We didn't mean that. I mean,
like I know like he's trying and stuff, but like, was he really serious when he like demoed that fridge?
John, stop. Because if you keep going, I can't stop. Oh, John Yates is the funniest person I know. Oh, and he says it with a straight face. That's the funny part. Like,
So-
you knew that was going to make me laugh. That's so funny.
Look, you know,
Oh,
Chuck's trying.
God.
He's got allegedly millions. You know what I mean?
Really? Allegedly million?
Allegedly, he's
Well, at least 100,000 that Andre wants.
He's got the family business.
Yeah.
What? He's got allegedly what?
Millions.
Oh, well, then he
one
can
of the
slide
most-
into my DMs.
Did Cody say? He should slide in your DM, Cody.
I'll open it now. He can slide in anytime.
So
John,
listen,
I mean, Cody, really, Cody? Chuck is undateable. He looks like
Listen, if I get a dilapidated house out of it and some money, hey, I'm all open.
we are bad.
It's a win-win situation.
Oh God.
he
Oh
wants
God.
Andre to come over and like fix things. He don't care about the house.
So it's a win-win situation.
Cody, I thought you had a crush on Andre. Now you throw it all in for
Oh
Chuck?
no, yeah. Oh no.
Well, Andre's part of the family, so how do you get close to somebody? You start hitting up the family.
No, yeah. He would cheat on me with Andre in a hot second.
I wouldn't cheat on you. I'd tell you, hey, yo, I'm doing this, and I don't care what you say. You could either join in or you got to
You
go.
guys stop.
Go
Stop.
get some
That is,
pizza or something.
you would
What
have
are
an
you thinking
affair
of?
on John with Andre. And then, but if Chuck approached you, you would throw that all away for Chuck.
It depends on the dilapidated house that I was getting, whether it had a working refrigerator, and if I had to move out in 90 days after I never owned it. So that, you know, certain things. But if I had to pick Chuck over Big Ed, I would pick Chuck for sure.
Yes, we would definitely pick Chuck.
Because at least with Chuck, you're getting like, you know, the dilapidated house, and with Ed, you're just getting like mayo and
Chicken fingers.
and like probably like some cold cuts, you know.
The dilapidated house. So listen, okay, I'm not going to talk about Chuck. This is funny, but these are not your words. Other people have said his house is.
No, yeah, I mean, Sarcasm just wrote a whole big piece on Chuck and his dealings with. We touched on it Sunday, but you know the laws and certain people.
Didn't I say I was going to be good today, John? Look, we said we were going to be straightforward and.
This is what I woke up to all this. I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot of stuff going on today. But I thought
house.
the Chuck thing was the funniest because people were like, oh, he was just. You know, it must have been like all Libby's fans, but they were like, "Oh, you know, you're bullying him." What are you talking about? My caption read,
"You were bullying Chuck."
I said, "Look at Chuck sliding into Emily's DMs at like 1:30 in the morning."
How's that bullying?
It's weird. It's weird. You're an old man, and she's a young married mother, and this is 1:30 in the morning.
Oh,
it was weird. I'm sorry. And it could have been a simple question, but you know, had he messaged that to her like during the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 p.m.
It was the hour for you. It was the hour that did it for you. It's the time of day. Maybe
he's just stupid and doesn't know why they have all these 90-day fiance people in common. But 1:30 in the morning, I bet he knocked back a couple of scotches.
Now you're gonna give the man a drink. He was drinking.
Listen, he probably had his nightcap, maybe a hot toddy.
Oh,
and
we're so bad.
He saw Emily.
No. I'll do you better. He probably has had a crush on her all of this time. So when he was drinking, okay, we need to stop.
We're just speculating. This is all allegedly.
This is allegedly. So when he was drinking, he was like, I wonder what Emily's doing.
Yeah. And then the funny thing is though, like Emily told me that like he looked at her story and like messaged her. You know when you check someone's story and you leave a message, it goes right to like their inbox. So it wasn't like, because here's like the even weirder part. It wasn't like he was just like looking at stuff. He was actually on her page looking at her story.
Yeah.
But you don't know her.
I know. So how did he find the page?
And you have all these friends in common. But you were looking at the story first. And it was a picture. It was her in a selfie. And then he's like, hey.
Well, okay. If we're going to speculate, we really got to speculate. What was he doing up that late? 8 o'clock. It's past his bedtime.
Maybe he was busy writing Andre checks for $100,000 and
he was horny.
Oh God, no. Okay, Cody. Stop.
We're telling Cody to hire Andre to repair a fridge. Or just break it. Or we could just break it, he could break it more. Thank you.
God. So this is, oh my God. And it's funny to me that we put a backstory to the whole thing. That's funny. Like
I'm just thinking of things in my head. It's just weird, like weird. Like you don't know who she is. You don't know how you have these friends in common, but you're looking at her story. Like,
yeah.
And it was a story of her taking a selfie by herself. It wasn't with Sasha. It wasn't.
No, stop, John. You're trying to make her
kid. That's what Emily told me. So, yeah. So listen, he could have been very well just inquisitive and wanted to know what was going on.
Horny.
Or he could have been like super hot horny for M. And she's a pretty girl,
Very pretty, very pretty.
At least, like, he's got like standards. So good for him.
Yeah, good for you, Chuck.
Like Emily almost looks like she could be like one of his daughters, which is weird.
Well, that's the creepy part. Okay.
Also creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy. But I don't think Chuck. The jury's still out. We might have to put Chuck in the same category. We got to keep our eye on Chuck and make sure, going after these young women, it's not a good look,
But good for him for putting himself out there, I guess. And maybe we can find him somebody. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? That's full circle because we got the.
I think I'm tired, John. We're tired. We're just tired.
Rose Island.
Rose and Golden Girls.
Because aren't they about the same age?
That is so wrong, Cody. How do we think Chuck is? I'm serious. I don't know how old he is.
Can we get a fact checker to look up Chuck's age? I would say, looking at him, he's like 62.
John, really, John?
Well, look, his kids are like all like in their 30s.
They are, yeah.
And like, he's got like a bunch of kids. He's 60. Christine says he's 60. So I was only 2 years off.
He's 60?
Well, he's hot then for 60.
And he's probably getting like his early Social Security.
Careful, Sherelle. He might be DMing you very soon.
He's probably got his early Social Security checks coming in.
Stop.
So that's even more money.
Right?
Oh my God!
Maybe I need to call him. I'm
we
gonna
like
put him in the wrong wig.
We just have to report what's the stories that are out there. But we like Chuck, and those are allegations out there about him. I'm trying to clean this all.
Google says 58 to 63.
Yeah, I would say 58.
We're not saying anything. It's just
I would say he's 58. Yeah.
He looks older. I look 40.
But however old he is, he really doesn't stand a chance in hell with Emily. He had to be drinking. Here we go again with the backstory. He had to be drinking.
Maybe he had a rough day. Maybe Andre was really rough on him.
He was that bottle of scotch, and he was like, "Let me see what I can find on you."
Yeah. Oh, poor Chuck. What if he was on there? No, never mind.
Oh no, please say it.
I'm just saying, Oh,
so
Chuck.
could he have been just simply wondering why Emily was having somebody? Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I don't believe that, but that's totally in the realm of possibilities.
That's right. He's
At
just
the bottom of the list. Okay.
On the bottom of my list, anyways. Like, I don't.
But okay, we'll leave it on the paper.
Him being generally inquisitive at 1:30 in the morning about some hot blonde that he saw on her Instagram story.
his coworker. Okay, because
really-
they work on the same show. Come on.
Doesn't really sell it for me.
It really doesn't.
But to each their own.
Oh God.
I kind of was hoping there'd be more conversation, like, because I just felt like that was like the leading question. Oh, hey, so how do we have so many friends together? And then like the next one is like, what are you wearing? Like that's how I see it. But again, it's just speculation. So that's how
You went from how are you doing to what are you wearing?
listen. He's a man of a certain age. He's got to get things done. Like, he don't got a lot of time.
Passed out.
That's it.
Skip breakfast.
I can't. What are you wearing?
Like you got any nudes? Like, I don't know.
God,
Really, I haven't been single in so long. I don't know how the kids talk these days. So
Okay, no more. That's it. We don't want him saying anything. You said this about me. We don't want that.
yeah,
But it is funny, Chuck. Like,
good luck, Chuck. We're here for you. We're rooting you on.
we're here for Chuck.
We're here for him.
Keep us posted.
Oh wait, no, Emily does. Oh, Nancy just said. Look what Nancy just said. Nancy just said he wanted her OnlyFans info. I think Emily is like one of the few cast members that don't have an OnlyFans.
Cody,
He went in there looking for.
He probably half his daughters do. So he probably assumed since like
What do you mean?
Libby's got an OnlyFans. Little Chuck's wife has an OnlyFans.
The mom.
Charlie.
The mom doesn't, but I think the others, Meg Meg or one of the other ones has an OnlyFans. They're all on OnlyFans. That's their two businesses.
That's right, but is Libby still on OnlyFans after what happened to her?
Andre is on OnlyFans.
Stop.
Still.
Calm down.
I need to, okay, how do I sign up for a free membership? Don't I get it?
No, you have to pay for that.
No, but remember,
Where's the bank card?
Libby had that accident. Is she still on OnlyFans after?
Yeah, I believe so. That's their two businesses. So the Potthast, they have dilapidated houses and OnlyFans, and that's how they make their money.
I mean, people are making a lot of money.
And Beyonce, and then being on that show using the same tired storyline for now 4 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like on Happily, Andre is one of the most entertaining. I'm not and Angela. That's it. Oh, and Asuelu, my favorite that everyone else hates.
Yeah, I don't mind Andre. I mean, he's pretty to look at. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm about to find out.
So he's.
I don't know why you have a crush on Andre, Cody, because he's
just a
delusional, huh?
He's like a big old like little Russian
He's like
man.
a beefy he'll throw a whole tree.
He's controlling. Did you have my dinner tonight? Like he's so controlling. I don't know what part you're crushing.
I wouldn't have to worry about that because I'd make sure it'd be done at 2:00, so that way.
All right, this is a daytime show, people. Come on.
I'd be like, "You want a milkshake with that?"
There are kids that might be watching this. We're family. We're on during the day. We're not on late at night right now.
Hey, I'm a child myself.
Okay. I'm good to go now, John. Sorry, no more comments, and I'm good.
No, but he's like,
don't get
Libby on like every post, she goes, "Oh, look at my hot." She's always like bragging about,
No,
You
really.
gotta stop saying that, Libby, because he might just up and leave your ass soon. You better be careful. But Andre's not
making little Russian kids all over.
Andre's not going to leave that family with all that money they have. No way.
Well, not until
Chuck has good money.
I mean, they have money
You think he has money?
Yeah, Chuck has money.
for sure.
Well, he has to because he's basically.
Why do you think the whole family just works for him? They don't want to get a regular job. They say, "I'm working for Daddy because he's got all this money."
Yeah,
working. I would love to see what they really do.
Yeah.
Well, she answers
on a daily
the
basis.
phone calls, which is 4 calls a day. So that's her full-time job.
All I ever see is Andre at the gym taking selfies,
beating up,
playing tennis, at the pool, back at the gym. This is Andre's whole story in the course of a day, every day.
On Instagram?
Yeah, he's at the gym, he's playing tennis, he's at the pool, back at the gym, barbecuing meat.
That is
And
so
then,
bad.
And then in bed with Libby. And I swear to God, it's like every day. That's every day. That's what he does. So I don't know if he's flipping houses, but good for him.
You guys are so bad. So bad.
Castrovet. I'll find. He's so hard searching for Andre's OnlyFans right now. He's like, how do you spell his last
Somebody
name?
stop. I can't. I don't want to laugh
I'm
anymore.
not on OnlyFans.
We're
I'm
not
on
buying
Google.
a subscription
Okay. I thought it was
Andre's
real.
OnlyFans.
Okay, that's so funny.
But that's it. I think we covered all the bases for today. I don't think anything else.
Those were good stories. We got Jesse, so that's really good. And I think it's a good thing if he hooks up with Jennifer, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be interesting to watch. And if he thought Darcy got mad, oh God, he just.
You don't think that Jesse has wormed his way into a spot on Darcy and Stacey show? Do you?
No, I think that he just was on. Who knows? He was definitely on like one scene. I don't know, but I'm surprised they really don't have him on A Single Life. Honestly.
Yeah. He would be perfect for that. He,
Yeah, and
wake up with someone, move on to the next one. Yeah, it would be great.
TLC keeps him around, so they're not done with it. Oh, it's making an echo. So yeah.
Jesse's terribly handsome until he opens his mouth, and then it suddenly changes really quickly.
A lot of them were like that, pretty to look at, and then
that's my type.
That's your type.
he just brought up Colt's OnlyFans. Oh my God. Colt's got the whipped cream bikini from Varsity Blues.
You mean when he was on that rug?
No, he's literally got the. I don't even know if I can show that because it might be copyrighted.
Yeah, you get in trouble. Yeah,
it's OnlyFans stuff.
I'll show you behind the scenes.
But he's got the whipped cream bikini, like the which
with the two cherries.
Let's answer this question, Cody. You're looking at Coast's OnlyFans. When you lose weight, you suffer from what's it called, skin sagging, and things seem to drop. What does the chest area look like? I'm just curious. Like, what is it like?
Which is chestal region. No, be nice.
Be nice.
It looks like what you have.
Oh my God.
So that was being nice. Do you want me to say something else? I mean, it looks like what you have.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know what you want. There's no other way to describe it. I mean,
I think the whipped cream and the cherries is giving him a little bit too much more cup.
Not when you see him without a shirt
Okay,
on.
well, you shut up.
Well,
my God.
I was asked the question. I mean,
John, he put the picture on OnlyFans. He wants us to see it.
I am not. No, there's no way I'm putting that up here. Absolutely not. I got enough problems.
Oh God. Okay, we've been really bad today. I'm sorry, John. I ruined your show.
No, listen. But to Colt's credit, he's working out just like Andre.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of weight. Yeah.
He's getting that beard.
Yeah, I'm not understanding the beard, but okay.
He looks, he's kind of looking like Vanessa's ex-husband, True. I mean,
I didn't see the interview. What does he look like?
He's got a beard and like grizzled, like like mountainy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like tough.
Yeah.
So Colt now has like a similar beard.
Oh, you know what? I never noticed him.
And yeah.
Was that the brother and Andre actually kind of look very similar, don't they?
Oh my God! Now he's just looking at pictures of Chuck.
Of course, now I'm all interested.
I'm going to end this before we get any more trouble.
Okay, sorry.
Guys, thank you so much for hopping on and watching.
Also looks the same there.
Watching this shit show.
It went off the rails. I apologize.
To my thank you guys for sending me the super chats. I really appreciate it. To my moderators who always do a wonderful job. I think I'll be on later today for Seeking Sister Wife. We're gonna do our episode recap, so I'll probably be on later, but I don't know, 8 or 9 Eastern later on. And yeah, so for now, everybody have a great day. I'm not used to being on when the sun's up. This is so weird.
I know.
And I will see you guys later. All right.
Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.